Superintendent of Police, and I'm the Commander of the Financial Crime Squad. Again, thank you very much for your time. We're here today because I want to draw attention to a worldwide scam targeting the Chinese community. We have offenders who contact victims on the phone, purporting to be from the Chinese embassy, and say that the victim has committed either an offence or their identity has been stolen. As a result, the victim has been asked to provide money to pay fines or a debt. I want to stress that the Chinese embassy would never contact a victim asking them to pay money over the phone. If you are the receiver of any of these type of phone calls, I'd suggest that firstly you hang up, notify the local police, but whatever you do, under no circumstances are you to pay any money. As I said, this is a worldwide scheme that's basically netting these scammers in excess of $5 million. Anything else anyone would like to ask?
Detective Superintendent, how much money are we talking is being scammed out of these individuals?
It can be, one victim we know is paid $1.9 million. It can be as low as $10,000.
What's happening on the phone call? Is the voice yelling? Is it threatening?
No, basically the voice starts out quite nicely. They say that they're either speaking English and then they transfer to an Asian language. They basically say, depending how the victim is cooperating or not, they say they're from the Chinese embassy, the victim has had their identity stolen or committed an offence or they're outstayed their visa. If the victim hesitates about paying money, they're then threatened, and as a result, the victim's then asked to supply their bank details or transfer money, which they're doing. So it depends upon the actual conversation itself.
And there have been instances where they've been threatened with violence?
Yes, they have. We've had incidents where victims have either been threatened themselves or their family back in China have been threatened.
Compared to the numerous other scams, I mean, how sophisticated would you say this particular scam is?
It is quite sophisticated. I must stress that it is a worldwide scheme and they're getting millions of dollars at each time. And they're actually changing the scheme to suit the circumstances. So if you receive a telephone call, whatever you do, do not pay any money.
And have there been, is this tied into the idea of, I guess, faking a kidnapping?
Yes, we have had instances where the victim has said that they don't have any money and they haven't got access to the money, so the offender or the person making the call asked the victim to stage a kidnapping so that they can get money from overseas from their parents.
So here in New South Wales, how many victims have there been?
At this stage we've had at least 50 reports. In the last week alone we've had 3 reports of kidnapping, but a lot of victims aren't coming forward and reporting to the police, so that's why we'd encourage them to do so. But more importantly, we'd encourage them under no circumstances are they to pay any money. They need to either hang up and report it to the police.
Is this scheme been particularly effective because it preys on, I guess, Chinese people's sort of high-level respect for authorities?
Yes, it does, and also it targets victims who are actually on a working visa or on a student visa in Australia, and so they might not have a full understanding of our legislation in this country. So they're vulnerable people, and often they're isolated because their family are back overseas.
How are they finding and choosing these victims?
They're choosing them randomly. They're just picking numbers and they're just calling numbers, and if they happen to get the right number and they get money out of it, that's fine. One person in my office actually received a telephone call yesterday from the scammers.
Because it's being tailored to local people, Australians, is there any reason to believe that they're based in Australia, these scammers, or are they likely overseas?
They're more likely to be overseas. We've also had scams that have been identified in Canada, America, and the scammers are actually based overseas.
So is there anything that New South Wales Police can do to try and stop the perpetrators?
We're certainly conducting investigations into it when working with our international counterparts to identify these offenders. But the main thing, that's why I wanted the message out to victims, not to pay any money under any circumstances. I want to stress the Chinese embassy will not contact a victim asking for their personal details, nor will they ask them to pay an amount of money over the phone or transfer money over the phone.
Any progress with the cooperation with Chinese police, and what's the difficulties?
We've received a lot of assistance from the Chinese embassy and also the Chinese authorities. They're also very concerned about this scam and how vulnerable victims are being taken advantage of. and they're fully supporting that we get the message out there under no circumstances that are victims to pay money.
Is this a new type of scam that we're seeing, or have we seen different versions of this in the past?
We're always seeing scams, tragically. However, this is a new version, but it is modifying depending upon the circumstances of the call and how receptive the victim is to paying money.
Any arrests? Any people being arrested so far?
At this stage in Australia, no, we haven't.
Sorry, you may have mentioned this. Do you know where the calls are being made from? Which country?
Well, there is a number of Asian countries that the calls are being made from.
So none from within Australia.
That's not that we're aware of at this stage.
So are the calls being made from predominantly China or all of Asia?
All across Asia. As I said, this is a worldwide scam. They're not only targeting Australians or people living in Australia, they're also targeting people living in America, Canada, any country that's gotten a large Asian population or student or visa population of people from China visiting.
You said you're working with overseas partners. What about other domestic law enforcement agencies? I know that there's South Australian Police and WA Police have also been pretty concerned about this one.
Yes, we've actually been sending out alerts across the country in regard to these scams, but more importantly, we also are working with our AFP counterparts and our international counterparts as well. We want to close this scam down. Innocent victims are actually being robbed of money, and these scammers are taking advantage of these people, which is unacceptable.
How will you be able to close it down? Can you trace the phone calls or track the phone calls?
That's one of the things that we're actually looking at, yes.
And could you give us more detailed information about the cooperation between the Australian government and this Chinese government?
The Chinese government has been fully supporting of this, fully supporting the Australian authorities in addressing this scam, drawing attention to the scam and trying to stop the scam. Because it's their citizens that are being affected by it.
How concerning is it that they appear to be able to make the call appear as though it's coming from the Chinese embassy, so their phone number matches or that sort of thing?
Yes, but they're porting phones as well. They're then asking a victim they're actually asking the victim to call another number, or they're actually using a second phone to contact the victim again, or they're transferring calls to another area.
And all these calls cannot be tracked where they come from?
We're certainly looking at that. That's one of the avenues we're looking at.
Is it from Australia or is it from overseas in China?
Both,
Both.
domestically and overseas. Any other questions?
Any other questions?
Thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it. We do have an Asian-speaking police officer who's happy to provide some translations if you require for the Asian media.
老人家一定要小心。點發生就疑犯就打電話俾你，通知你嘅通知你講話你嘅親戚發生意外，個疑犯就扮中國領事館或政府官人，咁就話如果唔俾錢呢，你嘅親戚就會俾佢哋傷害。呢件事全世界發生，紐西蘭、美國、加拿大、英國都有發生。另外一個件事就個疑犯打電話俾你，講話你嘅親戚荷包和護照跌咗，我俾人偷咗。之後會問個人資料，一收到電話即刻冚電話。如果有人你唔識嘅打電話，我 send message 俾你，冇相信冚電話，咁之後就打電話俾警察，我去接近嘅差館報警。大家清楚，中國領事館唔會打電話俾你，同埋問私人資料、銀行資料、會照資料。
請問到依家為止，破案嘅呢個關鍵或者難點喺邊度？因為呢個案件已經持續咗好耐。
個難點就好多受害者，所以我哋要嗰啲資料咧，即係我哋 要受害者咧係咪收到電話咧就一定要冚電話，咁之後咧就去差館就報警咯。所以越多資料我哋有咧，就俾我哋做破案就容易咯。
主要疑犯其實係咪應該會喺中國大陸咧？
我哋暫時點解太早，所以我哋決定唔到就暫時。
但係依家睇嚟係全球，唔單止係我哋 New South Wales 嘅話，係咪因為而且 LA 已經有一個華人係俾人拉，係有一個當地人係被拉逮捕到。咁請問係咪呢啲進展對我哋都有冇幫助，或者係咪其實都係同時咗主要嘅疑犯其實有可能係國外，而且呢個會唔會係一個危險之一
LA 係即係美國啦。
係啊。
唔知係咪關於我哋嘅正話講嗰個事咯。不過我哋即係我哋嘅意思咧，即係今日咧就同大家講，即係中國領事館咧唔關於呢唔會打電話俾你嘅。如果佢係真係領事館嘅人咧，佢已經有你嘅資料，所以佢唔會再問你你私人資料咯，你明白啊？
可唔可以再講一講中方提供咗啲點樣嘅幫助？具體一啲嘢啦，警方。
即係
中國警方係提供咗點樣嘅一啲幫助？
佢哋點幫助咧？就通常咧，如果佢係中國領事館啊，係咪？佢哋好多亞洲人咧就唔信警察啦，係咪？所以如果佢同埋關於護照嗰啲咧，係一定要打電話俾領事館噶嘛？點解如果你跌咗咧，係咪你一定要打電話俾領事館，即係同佢講係我跌咗所以可能咧佢哋係個 first point of call 咯，明唔明白啊？所以佢哋會打電話俾佢哋先，咁就之後咧係佢會打電話俾中國領事館問係咪你有冇打電話俾我？咁如果佢講冇咧，咁就一定要打電話俾警察。
中國警方有提供啲咩幫助？
暫時我哋唔知。
中國警方暫時冇提供任何幫助。
即係如果係中國
同 New South Wales 嘅警局呢邊嘅合作，中方有提供啲，中國
佢
警方有提供
哋已經我哋通知佢哋有呢件事嘅 case 有發生，咁佢哋講係我哋知道佢哋呢家知道，所以如果佢哋有咩資料就同我哋合作咯，一齊幫助咯。
你希望中方提供啲乜嘢資料？點樣嘅幫助係最好？
如果個人打電話俾個領事館，雖然如果係佢哋懷疑係好少嘅 information 咧，都係好 important 對我哋。
還是想問一下，我們郵省警方和中國政府在那個合作方面，具體有哪些具體的舉措、具體的措施？
廣東話唔該。
嘅捉咗啲點樣嘅人，或者有冇啲咩點樣樣嘅？
暫時我哋仲未捉到人。不過我哋有方法，好多方法可以捉到人。
可唔可以具體介紹下？
我唔暫時講得。
唔講得。
係。
咁有冇乜嘢嫌疑人？即係呢啲中間人係究竟係點樣類型嘅人？
嫌疑人即係
澳大利亞呢邊嘅嫌疑人係一啲點樣嘅人？係華人背景啦，澳洲華人啦，定係澳洲嘅？
好多唔同嘅人，雖然係即係
包括具體
你嘅親戚係有關係係中國人咧，都會收到呢個電話嘅，即係問佢會問你當你咪亞洲人啦，係咪？你咪中國人啦？佢都會問你，如果你有親戚叫呢個名嘅，咁好多時都係有呢個姓啊，係咪？都係啱嘅，咁佢就會點講？唔小心就俾嗰個疑犯啲資料，佢唔小心俾人哋資料咯，咁之後就做佢手寫。
呢啲澳洲嘅疑犯係咪澳洲嘅華人咧？
決定唔到暫時。
暫時未知。
暫時未知。